Cyberpunk. It's a literary genre that spans 4 decades and has inspired countless board game designers. Today, we're going to look at a bit of history and a bit of gaming here on Legendary Tactics. With its mixture of neon and steel, hackers and corporations, the technologic and the organic, Cyberpunk carved a unique niche in science fiction, beginning with a novel by Bruce Bethke, where the word cyberpunk comes from. He created the word by synthesizing 2 concepts, cybernetic, which means when human functions are replaced with computerized ones, and punk, which was the rebellious social movement of the late 1970s and early 80s. The movie Blade Runner, which was based on a book by Philip K. Dick called Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep, came out 2 years later, further evolving the look and feel of the genre. And then things really kicked off with William Gibson's classic of 1984, Neuromancer. This novel really gave the genre its vocabulary and gritty prose and style. In Japan, Cyberpunk was also picking up steam with classic manga like Akira and Ghost in the Shell. From there, the literary movement built on the worlds envisioned by this early literature grew and grew. And eventually, Cyberpunk came to the world of board games. The first of these was Netrunner, which came out in 1996. It was designed by Richard Garfield, who's also known for a little game called Magic the Gathering. Robo Rally, King of Tokyo, and strangely, Bunny Kingdom are also his designs. Netrunner, similar to Magic the Gathering, is a collectible card game. There are 2 players. One of them plays the evil corporation that must advance their agendas, and the runner, who is a hacker, must infiltrate the corporation's electronic defenses and steal those agendas. It was a game that attracted a cult following, so it wasn't surprising when Fantasy Flight Games rebooted it as Android Netrunner in 2012. In the view of some players, this really smoothed out the rough edges of the original design, and the game developed a massive following until it was discontinued in 2018. Android Netrunner is a favorite of us here at Legendary Tactics, so much so that we even delved into the variant that was produced in 2017 called Terminal Directive. This is a legacy version of Netrunner, where the plot centers on a murder that needs to be solved, and both players battle as the corp and as the runner to control the investigation. It's a great game, and we recommend it, but not for players new to Android Netrunner, as there is a lot going on that would likely lose and confuse newer players. Other games in the same universe include Android, which came out in 2008, again published by Fantasy Flight Games. Here, you can play between 3 and 5 players, and each of you play detectives trying to track down a murderer in a cyberpunk society where all is not what it seems, all the while dealing with their own personal issues. And Human Interface, which is a cooperative miniatures game for 1 to 5 players. Players must escape a prison and then get evidence proving that the massive corporations of this world are doing some pretty bad things while using cybernetic modifications, combat software, and their wits to get past the enhanced guard teams and other defense systems. New Angelus, another game from Fantasy Flight, where each player manages a mega corporation looking to go from wealthy and powerful to extremely wealthy and extremely powerful, is also part of the genre. It's all about cutting deals and manipulating others to get to the top. Spectre Ops is another one, which, as suggested by the title, is a stealth game for 2 to 5 players. One player is a sneaky ARC agent, and everyone else plays the, of course, genetically modified Raxxon hunters. The ARC agent must sneak into the facility, collect the objectives, and escape. The hunters are trying to track him down and kill him on sight. And finally, Cyberpunk 2020. This game is one of the main inspirations for the popular video game Cyberpunk 2077. It's a role-playing game that gives you the opportunity to inhabit a cyberpunk world as a character type of your choice, like mercenary or netrunner/hacker. And the only limit in this game really is your imagination. This is a quick rundown of some of the best literature and games that can allow you to immerse yourself in the world of cyberpunk. We hope this was of interest to you. If it was, please click the like button or hack the subscribe button, and we will see you in the future at Legendary Tactics.